we'll get through the sequel news first to help Hannah Claire through this day, which I'm sure is bugging her.
Get it
to no
over
end.
with. Just rip the Band-Aid.
Are you ready, Hannah Claire?
I suppose.
Okay, well, with enthusiasm like that, let's just go ahead and get right into it.
Yeah.
Justin Lin butted heads with Vin Diesel on Fast and Furious 10.
I swear you pick these topics to bait me. Like, I was like, Brett, I am anti-sequel. The more we talk about it, I didn't even realize it until I came on the show. And I do the show twice a week. So they're pretty spread apart. And I felt like every single time I came on, there were new updates about sequels, which I was like,
curious, isn't it?
It's Hollywood.
How the show is curated on Tuesdays and Thursdays.
It's
just
to
for
make
you.
me irritated. Interesting.
Well, I give bad video game news to Dane. I'm just a sociopath. What can I say? It's my job to pick topics that I know will frustrate you.
I cannot work under these conditions.
It's not. It's untenable, as they say. So it is learned that.
Give me this one. 10 Fast and Furious movies. Somebody tell me the plot of any Fast and Furious movie. Mary, it's all you.
Well, as I said, all they do is they just drive fastly and furiously, and
look, they're masterpieces.
That's what it's about. There's no story, and it
They
doesn't
are
need to
not.
have a story.
They exactly.
Well,
You're not asking for a story.
That's what I'm
from
saying.
it. Men just want to watch other dudes being guys and guys
Watch
being
NASCAR.
dudes. What's better?
I don't
than
understand.
This?
Like, there are other
But
ways
it has
to
to
consume
be
car
like
content.
cinematic.
In the first movie,
I don't know.
Okay, yeah, I'll give you a basic rundown. In the first movie, it's basically just a cop undercover with a bunch of criminals who steal stuff off the back of trucks with the help of race cars, right? And then it just became more and more ridiculous with each movie. Then the mob gets involved, and then after that, and they did literally go to space in the last one. So we have.
This is like actually what I hate about sequels.
My hope is that he actually jumps a literal shark in a car in this movie. I had to explain. Was it you? I had to explain to where that term came from the other day.
I think I heard where that term came from, but I forget now.
I had to
What was
explain
that?
this. Nick didn't know where the term "jump the shark" came from, which is of course the Fonz jumping a shark in Happy. No.
I can appreciate that that's a cultural reference. I
Yes.
don't know.
I
too
want Vin
old.
Diesel. I want Vin Diesel to jump over a shark in a car in the new
or
one.
just
You know what
drive
I
over a
want?
shark.
Or he would be
I
best.
want them to stop making this movie.
He would be better off just getting in shape, I think, first.
But
That's
don't you respect that like guys can just be dudes and like drive cars
I'm not
fastly?
saying
Have you ever seen that
men can't-
meme where
like I say, NASCAR, Formula One racing, like there are other ways to consume this content.
True.
There
Yeah,
are other movies about men driving fast and like, I don't know, shooting people and stealing things. Like, why did we need 10 of these?
What if you're
And
just
the-
a Vin
family.
Diesel
We didn't.
super fan?
Yeah.
What are you gonna
Give
do
Vin
then?
Diesel
Oh
other
wait, he doesn't
roles.
have any.
Well, that's one of the things they talk about in these articles is like he's not really the
Yeah,
marketable.
he just has like an overinflated ego, and that's
Yes.
why he's just like
Maybe
canvassing.
because you guys let him make 9 of these movies, then brought him back
thinking
for
that he
10.
was like the
He was-
special secret formula.
He thought
for
he
their
was the
success.
juggernaut of this. You guys inflated his ego, and now you all have to live with the consequences. And that's your
Okay,
fault.
You
so
will
the
not
point
have
is, Justin Lin thought that the script for Fast 10 was solid. I'm sure that is an ambiguous statement. Like, what does solid mean for the 10th movie? But Universal Pictures and Vin Diesel are said to have thought otherwise. So amongst the problems surrounding the film, Universal said it would be sending a writer to London to polish dialogue for a few actors. This reminds me of, did you guys ever see, you would have never seen it, Men in Black International, which is a besmirchment amongst the Men in Black name.
Oh, you mean a sequel?
Yes,
That did something
it's
bad?
very bad.
For the original movie?
Chris-
My entire thesis on this subject?
Chris Hemsworth and Tessa Thompson, and it's very, very, very not good. But the point is, like, the dialogue was apparently so bad for the movie that, like, Tessa Thompson and Chris Hemsworth hired their own, like, script writers to like come in. Like, I don't even know how that works. Like, how do you hire someone independently to come in and like work on your dialogue?
They're like contracted to fix the mistakes.
But how do they
made.
fix something if the studio doesn't let them, right? So it's like they can they hire them to petition that idea. That's what this made me think of. And it's got all these problems with it. Vin Diesel has had his problems. Like, that's why The Rock is not involved with these movies anymore, because him and Vin Diesel have enormous egos.
And look, Vin Diesel has done really well. He's successful on Instagram. He's made a ton of movies. It's like leaving this overexposed series was good for his career.
And
crazy.
He never left this. I mean, he came back in the fourth. He wasn't in the second and the third one, but he came back in the fourth one. But Mary, you watched the video, right, of Justin Lin and
I wish we could just show it here, but it's painfully awkward. Vin Diesel is just like holding his phone up in this dude's face, like probably had no warning whatsoever. And he's like, "What's the vibe right now? Like, how are you feeling about it?" Like,
he's like, it's
like,
fine.
I think it's the beginning to where was I going with this? A spectacular ending.
Yeah.
No, what struck me was like he keeps like kind of looking at Vin Diesel out of the side of his eye, like,
he's
please,
like,
why are we talking?
Which proves that Diesel just couldn't read the room.
He was like, "Is it gonna be the best one yet?" And he's like,
yeah,
in my heart.
This guy said,
which means it's
is like confident
definitely
answer.
not.
and here's an like, okay, so they're saying that him and Vin Diesel butted heads. It says there was a quote. It says he left $10 to $20 million on the table to get away from this movie. Justin Lin, the director.
Like, he must be pretty insufferable if you're leaving that much money.
So
over it.
Basically what they're saying is that like Vin Diesel showed up like out of shape and not on time to set, which is like a big deal.
Because they're all over this production.
But Vin Diesel's the one who champions this movie more than anything.
Lazy, because he's an overrated ego because they've made 9 of them.
I really do think that they never needed to go past 7 with the send off to Paul Walker.
7?
The 7 because Paul Walker passed away, and they did a very good James.
You're like, not
James
1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5, not 6.
7 was 7 was good.
Look, I get your sentimental reasoning, and I think it's good to honor people that you've worked with, but like 7 is too many, Brett.
Nope.
7 is too many.
Do you love them that much?
Look,
I just like love cars and explosions
no plot,
that much.
So probably I'll give you 2.
Perfect.
Maybe 3. 10, 7, 8. All of it too much.
No identity politics, blowing stuff up with cars, and dudes acting like dudes.
I just need to watch Mythbusters
I feel
or
like
something.
listening to you describe this is making my brain rot.
It's
like,
not supposed to make your brain grow. It's supposed to be a way you kill a couple of hours.
So patron
you are joyless. You two are joyless, and you don't get it.
Patron a different driving movie or a different driving sport or something else. Like, why waste money on this overexposed, overinflated series?
The worst part is they said that it's got a budget of $300 million.
Bruh.
Which means with marketing,
feed the African children with that,
please.
Feed the Formula One racers. Like, there are other people who drive cars.
Anyone,
which
do
means
anything
that
else.
With marketing, that's a $450 million, almost a $500 million price tag for a movie. And that went to outer space in the last one, and became so
not advance your outlook on life or gain any cultural enrichment.
Wait, are you serious?
What? Like there's a line in the 9th one where they kind of like I think we're superheroes, basically. Like they're like, why is it that
now we can be in the Marvel universe?
Yeah, basically.
Just run it right into the ground.
Go with me.
They already did that. It's dead. They're driving it further into its own grave.
But they make more money. But they keep
come
making
out on
money.
the other side
in
the MCU.
They keep no. Transformers.
Like digging a hole all the way to China.
Transformers. They should be the
they
cars.
Could do that. That would be super cool. Except they didn't, and they should have done it 7 movies ago. So we're kind of done here.
So it is
also,
funny.
I will say that you opened this by saying it didn't need a plot, and then it's
doesn't need a plot.
Oh, but actually Transformers. And if they had connected it to the Transformers plot, it would have probably been better, and I would give it more credit.
You guys are so joyless and empty, and it makes me
We're just
sad.
girls,
I
and we
think
don't
you have
care
bad
about
taste in
fast
movies
cars
if this
and
is good for you.
explosions.
I don't care. I still get a
I don't
kick
wanna
out
make
of
this
watching
personal,
them.
you know?
It is very personal.
But to be fair, you do this every time I'm on. I will walk one
Come
day.
on, Brett. Every time.
Every time.
But I actually feel like it's not you. It's really Hollywood. Like, Hollywood is just like, let me... You know, it's like the equivalent of adding sugar to something, right? They just try and make it as like calorie light, but easily consumable as possible and produce it over and over and over and over and over again. And I just feel like we should have higher standards, especially when this is a $450 million production.
Yeah.
Like, what a waste.
Well, it says
getting more angry as we go.
Because I've never seen anything like it. Lynn's giving up $10 to $20 million as a director. A veteran producer not involved with Fast and Furious told the Daily News, according to the source. Diesel shows up late to set. He doesn't know his lines, and he shows up out of shape. At the very least, that's like the least you can ask of. Like,
it's kind of a Chad move, though. Just walk on set and be like, I don't care.
Beer gut hanging out.
You're not going to make it without him.
I'm just kind of showing up, and that's what you're getting from me. Like, it's kind of a Chad move there.
All he has to do is say the word family like 500 times.
They're like writing his lines on the windshield of the car so he can be like filmed while reading them.
And they talk about, this report echoes comments that The Rock appeared to make about Vin Diesel when they had their problems years ago, because The Rock is all about discipline and staying in shape. And
this sent me This report echoes comments The Rock appeared to make about Diesel a few years back when he quit the Fast franchise, saying that some conduct themselves as stand-up men and true professionals, while others don't. The ones that don't are too chicken. Can I say that? Chicken shit to do anything to do anything about it anyway. Candy asses.
I had to inform.
Remember that.
I had to inform Mary that she didn't know that when The Rock was a professional wrestler, like around the year she was born,
no idea this
that
was a catchphrase.
candy ass was a phrase that The Rock used to use regularly to insult people. Yes,
and you didn't know either.
He called people.
Say my lack of pro wrestling is pretty slick, or my knowledge of pro wrestling is pretty.
He used to call people candy asses. That was like a thing.
That's
he
like
did.
his shtick.
That's how mad he is. He's pro wrestling mad.
He's bringing back his pro wrestling gimmick. And I mean, this movie could be doomed anyways because it's having it's bringing Brie Larson in, which could people like me who let the movie. Who give the movie a pass because it's ridiculous and fun are like, but she's the opposite of fun. And the worst kind of ridiculous.
It's not fun though. Like if it were fun, wouldn't like the lead star be like, "Yeah, I'm excited to work on this production," not know his.
Just not enough to get in shape. That's all he's saying.
He's very excited. I mean, if you saw the video, he's like pumped up and ready to go, but he just doesn't care enough to.
He doesn't look like he's just like he looks like he's having a fun time torturing.
What happened between them that he's just psychologically?
They made 10 movies together, and that was too many.
They didn't make 10 movies.
They made 9 movies together, and that was too many.
I do love how the guy who wrote the Bro Bible article just hates Vin Diesel.
Right.
He's like, by the way, Vin Diesel sucks. He's like, The Rock's the reason this franchise got back on track. Did anybody here see Bloodsport? No. Oh, that's because Vin Diesel started, and everybody hated it.
He said, "This is the beginning of the tide change that will see the general culture finally awaken to Diesel's true nature, which is basically that he just sucks."
I just have to say to this author, like, I do not think about Vin Diesel that much. So that's
no one thinks about Vin Diesel that much.
I'm glad you're feeling vindicated.
Yes.
This is a winning moment for you, and I'm supportive. You know.
So I'm kind of mad at the both of you for not understanding the brilliance that is the Fast and the Furious.
The brilliance of cars and explosions.
Yes.
I mean?
Yes.
Are you serious that this is exactly the reaction you knew you were going to get?
Yes, I knew I was going to. I
can watch it in your eyes as I'm like getting animated and Brett's like, ha 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 ha.
I love these movies. I don't care. I don't go to see Fast and the Furious movies.
I don't go to see it either.
No one does. Fantastic. That's actually a lot of people go because it makes a lot of money.
Sadly false.
Yes. Yeah. See,
I object.
Fact check.
I just think we should have higher standards for our entertainment.
I agree.
I disagree. I think that there is room in the culture for movies that are dumb and make no sense as long as they don't.
I'll give you 4. 10, too many.
Yeah.
10, Brett. 10 of them. 10 of them.
It's not like they came
There's
out.
not even like a universe. They just made the same movie 10 times, but weirder and worse.
No, it is a universe because it has
but
Hobbs and Shaw.
There's no like spin-offs.
Yes, Hobbs and Shaw.
I don't believe you. And there's 10 of them.
The Rock and Jason Statham has their own that has literal superheroes in it. Where Idris Elba
making this worse. Like, this is getting worse. We should move on.
Have you seen all 9?
I believe I've seen them all. Yeah.
How many times?
No, not the first one. A lot of times. The rest of them just a couple of times.
So nothing is as good as the first one?
A couple times.
The first one's actually like a
I'll buy the first one was good.
The first one's a legitimately good movie.
They never want to rip off and destroy a bad one, right?
It gets progressively more ridiculous to the point where the joke is that it doesn't make any like actual sense. Like the idea of gravity and physics don't actually apply in these movies. So as long as you go in knowing that, you're all right. But
I'm just too serious of a creature for this.
Yes, you are.
I'm against this.
Yes, well, I don't want. Go watch The Handmaid's Tale or something. I don't know. I'm not gonna.
No, that's a poor adaptation of a book, which I also don't like. So I don't like anything.
It's not fair.
Nothing can please you.
Yeah,
well, I crave more creativity in our culturals, content.
Okay, then I want you to pitch me a movie right now that you think would be better. And don't say just anything.
I'll do it off air. I'm not going to give away my secrets on screen.
Right.
Okay.
$1 billion idea.
Crap?
Do you think she's got it? You think she's
got it right up in that noggin.
Thanks for watching this clip, guys. If you want to see full episodes or follow us on social media, links are in the description below. Bye.